Ever wonder how long your favorite superhero would last without their secret identity? Welcome to Nerd Court, where we settle debates that keep fandoms awake at night. So, do superheroes really need secret identities? Today, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm here to prove that secret identities are not just a great storytelling device. They're the very fabric between fighting chaos and protecting what matters most. Without them, heroes crumble, villains rise, and everyone's favorite universes fall into chaos. To make my case, I'll draw on undeniable evidence from comic books, blockbuster films, and even the real world. I begin my argument with Exhibit A. Every superhero's greatest vulnerability isn't their weakness to kryptonite, fear, or fire. It's actually their loved ones. Don't believe me? First, I'll point to the Civil War storyline, where Peter Parker publicly unmasks as Spider-Man to support Tony Stark's pro-registration stance after the US government passed the Superhuman Registration Act. This decision has immediate and catastrophic consequences. Within days, Aunt May is shot by an assassin hired by the Kingpin. In the fallout, Peter is forced to make a Faustian bargain with Mephisto in the One More Day storyline to save her life, while consequently erasing his marriage to MJ in the process. This sequence shows how revealing a secret identity can irreparably damage a hero's personal life and relationships. Next, in Hush, a gripping tale where a former childhood friend, consumed by jealousy and envy, manipulates and exploits Batman's closest allies and enemies to bring him to his breaking point. The narrative explores themes of trust, betrayal, and vulnerability, as Poison Ivy uses Superman as a weapon against Batman, while Catwoman and others are dragged into the chaos. It's a chilling reminder that even someone as prepared as the Dark Knight, a hero with a contingency plan for everything, can be systematically dismantled the moment his dual life is compromised. In case that's not enough, let's dive into Born Again, where Kingpin delivers a masterclass in villainy after discovering Daredevil's secret identity. With ruthless precision, he freezes Matt Murdock's bank accounts, strips him of his law practice, and forces him out of his home, leaving him destitute. But it wouldn't be Kingpin if he just stopped there, so he orchestrates a series of brutal attacks that leave Matt physically broken and emotionally devastated. This calculated takedown shows just how harmful even a sliver of personal information can be in the hands of a cunning foe. And finally, to drive the point home, I give you the Injustice storyline, a horrifying tale where Joker uncovers Superman's secret identity and uses it to execute one of the most diabolical schemes in DC history. In a masterstroke of chaos, Joker not only manipulates Superman into killing his beloved Lois Lane, but also their unborn child, shattering the Man of Steel's heart and sending him spiraling into tyranny. This single act not only destroys the Man of Steel's personal life, but also reshapes the entire world, plunging it into a dystopia under his iron rule. It's a chilling testament to the catastrophic consequences of a hero's vulnerabilities being exploited, proving that even the brightest beacon of hope can be extinguished when their identity is weaponized. Now, as Captain America famously said, I can do this all day, but out of respect for the court's time, I believe the evidence is clear. The secret identity is the only shield between a superhero's world-saving life and the safety of their personal one. To further prove my case, I'd like to submit Exhibit B. A secret identity allows superheroes to become symbols, something bigger than any one person. By hiding their personal identities, these heroes can focus on the broader mission: justice, hope, rebellion, and unity. When the mask becomes the message, the hero transcends their humanity to become an unshakable beacon of what's possible. Consider V from V for Vendetta, whose Guy Fawkes mask transforms him from a single man to a symbol of rebellion against tyranny. By remaining faceless, V becomes an idea rather than a person, allowing others to take up his cause even after his death. His anonymity amplifies his influence, turning his fight into a movement that outlasts him. Similarly, the Black Panther isn't just T'Challa, it's a mantle representing Wakanda's unity and strength, inspiring an entire nation. The secrecy surrounding the role ensures that the Black Panther is seen as a timeless protector with the power and wisdom of generations behind him. This continuity elevates the Black Panther beyond an individual and into a living symbol of Wakandan resilience and pride, allowing a protector to do what a king sometimes can't. Another good example is Phantom, or the Ghost Who Walks, whose secret identity creates the myth of an immortal protector, striking fear into his enemies. By maintaining the illusion of immortality, the Phantom becomes a legend that transcends any one person, ensuring that the criminals of the jungle believe they face an unstoppable, eternal force of justice. And then there's the Civil War storyline, when Steve Rogers took a bold stance by refusing to register with the government, arguing that doing so would compromise the ideals that Captain America represents. His decision underscores how revealing identities can erode the very principles heroes stand for, transforming them from symbols of freedom and justice into tools of the state. Steve's defiance highlights the importance of maintaining autonomy and anonymity to preserve the trust and values that superheroes are meant to inspire. The list goes on longer than a Marvel movie marathon, but these examples show how secrecy makes heroes larger than life, elevating them to symbols of hope and justice, allowing them to transcend human flaws or limitations and become ideals. And now, to take it just one step closer, I submit Exhibit C to the court: real-life consequences. Let's step outside the fictional realm for a moment. In our world, whistleblowers, activists, and undercover agents depend on anonymity to protect themselves and their missions, just to name a few. If their identities were exposed, the retaliation would be swift and horrifically brutal. Undercover agents, such as those working for the CIA, MI6, or other special forces, depend on secret identities to protect their missions and lives. Their anonymity allows them to gather intelligence, infiltrate criminal organizations, and operate in hostile environments without endangering themselves or their families at home. Similarly, undercover journalists who expose corruption or wrongdoing often use aliases to ensure their work can continue without retaliation. Activists in oppressive regimes also rely on pseudonyms to organize protest and resist authoritarian governments. Without anonymity, many would face imprisonment, torture, or even death. For example, during the Arab Spring, social media activists used pseudonyms to mobilize support, but those whose identities were revealed sadly often paid the ultimate price. Even in everyday life, witness protection programs exist because a dual identity can mean the difference between life and death. People testifying against powerful criminal organizations depend on secrecy to ensure their safety. Superheroes face similar challenges, as their actions put them in direct conflict with powerful and dangerous enemies. So, in closing, the long-standing use of a secret identity isn't just a comic book trope, it's a real lifesaver. It protects loved ones, sustains the hero's symbolic power, and ensures practical safety in an unforgiving world. Without them, superheroes don't just lose their masks, they lose their only protection. And with that, I rest my case. Honestly, if I had to pick a secret identity, they better be rich is all I'm saying.